just changing my music. My eyes never left the road, I swear.
He was just there. He came out of nowhere in the middle of the block. Is he going to be okay?
Drivers and pedestrians, see and be seen. The instant you stop paying attention could be the instant you'll always regret.
A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee and the New York State Departments of Health and Transportation.
Don't miss the new afternoon drive show, Cats at Night, with John Katsimatidis. Wednesdays at 5 p.m. exclusively on AM 9.
Exclusively, like, okay.
AM 970, The Answer, Kevin McCullough.
You have the phone in reaching distance?
Year, we like to do something that's a little unusual.
What I was just doing.
Radio station in New York. We actually look outward. We actually look to the poorest country in our hemisphere. And we look to the poorest region of that country to find some people that we can help. Todd Chapman, tell us about Kylie, Haiti.
Kylie, Haiti is a desperately poor community about 2 hours.
She's coming in the second hour, right?
Yeah, same time.
Absolutely starving to death, and they don't have access to clean, safe drinking water, largely because, well, it happens to be in Haiti, the poorest country on this side of the planet, but also a 3-year drought has devastated the crops. And so these families are suffering. Today, through Food for the Poor, you can make a huge difference by giving food for a year and water for life to these families. And incredibly, Kevin, you can do that for less than $1 a day. It takes $320 to feed one family and give them water for life. $27 a month if you spread it out over the next year. And right now, thanks to a very generous partner, your gift is doubled right now to Food for the Poor to save these families in Haiti.
855-194673. Again, every family that we help right now will be matched. So double the impact of your gift. And again, it's 87 cents a day. It's like pocket lint. You could literally do this in your sleep if you just were willing to take your pocket change and instead of throwing it in a jar, helping to feed someone who's hungry. 855-919-4673. 855-919-4673. Every dollar you give right now going to be matched and doubled by a very generous partner of Food for the Poor. 855-919-4673 or online at am970theanswer.com and click the Food for the Poor banner. 855-919-4673.
This car I'm driving, I overpaid big time. It was such a mistake. I should have just gone to Carfax.com, but I went to some other site. They gave me a price range? Oh, they were way off. Son of a...
Carfax has a better way. When you search used cars at Carfax.com, you get the most accurate price based on the Carfax report, so you never have to overpay on a used car again. Start your used car search today at Carfax.com.
Hi, Tina.
Studios of AM 970 The Answer on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan. This is WNYM Hackensack.
5 minutes. News. I guess traffic. All that stuff. 5 minutes.
State ordering recounts in the U.S. Senate and governor races, prompting Democrat Andrew Gillum to withdraw his concession to Republican Ron DeSantis in the governor's race.
Gillum says no matter the outcome, Florida voters deserve to know that their vote, in some cases a hard-won vote, counts. Unofficial election results showed Republican DeSantis ahead of Democrat Gillum by less than 0.5 percentage points. Under state law, that margin requires a machine recount of ballots. In the Senate race, Republican Governor Rick Scott's lead over Democratic incumbent Bill Nelson is 0.14 percentage points. I'm Julie Walker.
President Trump and French President Macron calling each other good friends again after the president said he was insulted by Macron's comment, Europe can no longer depend on the U.S. for its defense.
We want to help Europe, but it has to be fair. Right now, the burden sharing has been largely in the United States.
That was President Trump as he sat down with his French counterpart at the Élysée Palace. Just hours after writing a testy tweet saying he was insulted by Emmanuel Macron's suggestion that Europe needs to build up its own military. But the French president explained it this way.
President Trump has to protect or position one of the states of the United States. He doesn't ask
Get him.
or Germany
Jeez.
or another government of Europe to finance.
Georgia's having some issues with Auburn here.
My good friend in the meeting, while Trump said the two have similar views on many issues.
Ben Thomas reporting. A wildfire in Southern California more than doubling in size, destroying at least 150 homes, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department says the Woolsey fire has proven deadly.
Sadly and tragically, I'm reporting today that we have
4 minutes.
fatalities that occurred in the fire area.
Oh, interference. Flags everywhere. There are about 3 flags on that play.
Against Georgia, I'm assuming.
No. Against, are they playing defense, Georgia?
And professionals rally the habits of nature as a way of improving their health. Listen to a few unsolicited success stories from doctors that use Balance of Nature as well.
Scientific research has shown that many cancers and lifestyle diseases can be prevented with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables.
Playing with
this
fire.
prevention comes from the phytochemicals in the plant. I take Balance of Nature because I know I've seen it in my lab.
Playing with fire. Oh, what's that?
You just shoved him out of the way.
And he was all over the guy. He got beat.
And that, to me, as a scientist, rings so true.
When you call, use discount code THEANSWER, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code THEANSWER.
2 minutes.
A former UK minister says others may step down from the government to protest Prime Minister Theresa May's.
What happened? Did you just turn me off?
No, you're good.
No, I know, but did you turn off the radio? Oh, okay, no.
I did, yes. Make sure everything was all right.
May has rejected all demands for another vote, saying the 2016 vote in favour of leaving the European Union is definitive. Karen Chameth, London.
In 1871, journalist explorer Henry Stanley found Scottish missionary David Livingstone, who had not been heard from for years, near Lake Tanganyika in Central Africa. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com.
1 minute.
Late night comics line
Oh, they do?
Weird. Who would thought?
But this standard doesn't apply to four network late-night TV comics for whom the president is fair game. The Center for Media and Public Affairs at George Mason University in Virginia found the numbers for those shows. Has broken his own record for being the butt of their jokes. In 2017, he was the target for 4,120, almost double the 2016 mark of 1816, when he was then suspended. Previous record, President Bill Clinton in 1998 during his scandal for the White House interview. George Manzani reporting.
President Trump announcing his first recipients of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest honor for a civilian, a Potsdam recognition for the late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. More at townhall.com.
It's Saturday evening. Time for Talking Sports. Here's your host, Jonathan Friedman.
It is Saturday evening, and we are talking sports right here on AM 970. The Answer, WNYM. I'm John Friedman. James Simeone is on the other side of the glass. James, how are you? Hello. Lots to talk about in the next 2 hours. You bring it. We'll talk about it. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. Also, we're streaming the show. Go to am970theanswer.com. Click on that red Listen Live button, and you'll get us on your mobile device, laptop, etc. And enjoy the show on the World Wide Web. Also, you can catch the show. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Just type in Talking Sports with Jonathan Friedman. It's public, it's live, it's right there. Lots to cover in the next 2 hours, including James will keep us updated throughout the evening on scores and finals throughout college football, the NBA, and the NHL. After the break, Dave Popkin, he'll join us. He's the color radio guy for Seton Hall basketball. We'll talk to him about the Pirates this season. Also in the second hour, we have our new segment, Sig's Locks of the Week, for you gamblers out there. And Daniel Friedman, He's a guru of hockey for the show here. He'll update us on the local teams, the rest of the NHL, our picks, your calls, and other sports news. And speaking of calls, give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. So we're going to start off the show with the big NBA news today. Is the Butler saga, Jimmy Butler saga, I guess, is over and has a conclusion to it as he was traded today to the Philadelphia 76ers. James, what Minnesota get in return? Well, as I said to you at the break, and I did not look at these, are these expiring contracts? Because if they are, yes, it does.
I thought Covington was signed like a year or two ago, so I'm not sure that his contract.
Mm-hmm.
Sarge, I don't know if I'm guessing his is expiring because I don't know if he's gotten a deal. I don't remember if he was given a deal. He's fairly young.
Yeah.
He's only been in the league for 2 or 3 years.
Good player, though.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Again, and I heard this today, but they have been. Those two players have been dipping a bit, which was what the Sixers struggled in games like against the Nets. I mean, lose to the Nets against the Sixers. You put Jimmy Butler with possibly the best center in the league, and personally, I think a top 5, top 6 point guard in the league. That is a recipe for trouble in the East right now.
Well, let me tell you, if those guys were lazy in Philadelphia by any chance, they acquired the wrong guy.
You know what it is? Those two guys, though, to me, the thing is, their play always shows that they've been working hard. Ben Simmons can't shoot, you know that, but everything else about his game is almost on point.
Right, but it also takes the pressure away from Ben Simmons having to shoot.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, there's a picture where Ben Simmons is on the right side of the court, and everyone's not even looking at him. It's just 3-point line. They're not even looking at him.
It's absolute.
Somehow he still gets to the basket, which blows my mind.
You know, and everybody, I heard on the way in today that people couldn't believe that they didn't take this trade or that trade. You know, you don't know what's going on money-wise. You don't know what they're acquiring and what comes with those. Forget, you're just looking on, people are looking at what happens on the court. It's a totally different thing with the monies and how it works, and they may not want to take over other contracts. There's so much to it that this deal, in their minds, must have made sense for some reason. And by the way, if they are expiring contracts, that's a young team. Who's to say they wouldn't go after a Durant, for example?
If I'm them, I'm actually looking to ship Andrew Wiggins if I'm the Minnesota.
Where they can't get anything for him right now. He goes to the Lakers and dominates with LeBron.
I don't know if I'm the Wolves. I'm looking for a way to possibly get rid of Wiggins and upgrade at that position because it's just been 4 or 5 years of nothing really, and it's disappointing because all the hype coming in. You remember it's 2014, I think it was. Played 1 year with Kansas. We're like, it's all right, but nothing great. But then he came to the draft. They're like, well, his shooting in high school. Look how great he is, blah blah. And it looked like it hasn't transferred yet.
But you know what? What we don't know is, the one thing we don't know is, are they exercising his best abilities? In other words, are they giving him the best situation to succeed in? And maybe Thibodeau and his offense or whatever it is isn't for this kid.
Maybe, but I always felt like, despite the coach, if you can score, you should be able to score. He's got the arm, he's got the wingspan and the athletic ability to play defense, and he doesn't show it every night. It looks like he doesn't show it every night, and that's people's problem. And that was clearly Jimmy Butler's problem, where he thought guys like Towns and Wiggins weren't working hard enough to get where they should be.
Well, I tell you what, there'd be many teams, by the way, that take a chance on him.
That's my point, is I think there are teams out there that would take a chance on Wiggins, and you can get a couple things in return. The West is loaded. You need to load up now. And if you think Karl Anthony Towns is ready to take on the role of just absolute stud, then load up and get what you can. Derrick Rose is not going to be there forever, and I know he looks good right now. We're all excited that he's coming back a little bit. Pump the brakes, because there's a chance that he might not be the same guy that we're all hoping.
Oh, yeah, you can't, don't expect that night. I mean, you know, we'll talk about the NBA later, but I just wanted to jump on that story to start this thing off tonight. But I love to watch Ricky Rubio play. He's so solid. You know, if he can stay healthy, and that's always such an if with that guy.
That guy can lock you up.
But what a great passer he is. I mean, he is the The guy can play, and we're going to talk about it later in the show. But I watched that Celtics game last night with Utah. Utah's got a good team. There's something about that team. They're like sexy and they're good and their crowd's into it. They do play defense, and that's basically what it takes. All right, so we got a lot to do tonight. After the break, Dave Popkin, who's the color radio guy for the Seton Hall Pirates right here on AM 970. He'll join us. We'll talk Seton Hall basketball. We'll take a look at the Big East with him. Later in the show, on the bottom of the half tonight, our hockey guru, Daniel J. Friedman, will join us and get us around the league, talk about the local teams and what's happening around the NHL. We've got Sig's Locks of the Week. That's coming up at the bottom half of the second hour. Sig went 4 for 5 last week. I think he's earned the name Locks of the Week. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. We'll be right back.
They're trying to call Hopkins now, see if they can get him on.
Yeah, he's on at 8:15.
Right.
Yeah, call him.
Seeking friendly service from folks who want your business, look no further than ADS Automotive. Go to adsautomotive.com or give them a call at 973-887-0679. ADS Automotive is a proud sponsor of Talking Sports. Marty is brought to you by Brown & Brown Metro. For all of your insurance needs, from homeowners, automobile, workers' comprehensive, business insurance, group health, casualty, and life insurance, visit Brown & Brown Metro on the web at bvmetro.com or give them a call at 973-549-1900. Brown & Brown Metro is a proud...
Seconds, and he's on.
Stump Marty.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. And just so you know, James, later in a little while, he's going to get us updated on college scores. Johnny's Bulldogs are underway. Looks like they're struggling with the Auburn Tigers. So, all right, joining us on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line is Dave Popkin. He's the color analyst for Seton Hall basketball on the radio right here on AM 970. Dave, welcome to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. Good. Thank you so much for coming on, especially on some late notice there yesterday. So tell me about Seton Hall this year, what you think, and what's expected almost of the team. And I want you to also talk about Miles Powell and how great he is. And I think that people around the country aren't talking about him enough. What do you think?
I think Miles Powell was probably the best or second best player in the Big East. He is a guy that is he waited his turn a bit. He was a solid part of last year's tournament team, and now he's the man. And he has parking lot range, and he drives to the basket, and he can finish and make free throws and gets his teammates involved, and he's a leader off the court. So I think he is certainly the marquee player for Seton Hall, and I think he's excellent.
Yeah, got it.
First part of your question, Seton Hall, they were Big 7 in the Big East this year, probably about right. Can they overachieve? Yes. They beat their first opponent by 40 points, Wagner. It was, I think, a revelation in a way because the team plays so differently now.
Is that because of Delgado being gone?
Yeah, Delgado being gone. He was a great rebounder, and they dump it in the post a lot, and good offensive rebounds, and they had a lot of ISO guys like Kadeem Carrington and Debbie Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
Clear out, and then you just go to buckets. And this team shares the ball. They pass the ball well, and it's more of an equal opportunity offense.
Well, sometimes that bodes well for you when you're not relying on one guy to get it done. I mean, it's fortunate that you can have a go-to guy like Powell, but I think it's great when you can distribute the ball and get a little contribution from everybody. Talk to me about, and I don't want to pronounce this kid's name wrong, so help me out here. This the power forward that took over the job from the Syracuse transfer, Taurine Thompson. You understand why I didn't want to say that. Thank you.
I think that, Sandro has to take a big step forward this year for the team to be good. I think that he is a unique talent. I don't think Seton Hall has had many big men like him ever. Now, is he going to live up to that? Who knows? I mean, the guy can shoot threes. He has a good feel as a European player. He can pass. He can drive. Check alley-oops and jam it. Run the floor. The block shots. He can do a lot of things. He didn't play a whole lot last year because the team was so good and he was young. But now he's going to get a lot of minutes. So, hopefully we can see him blossom.
Talk to us a little bit about the Big East. I happen to think that from top to bottom in that conference, this conference has become a major conference with a bunch of mid-majors. Tell me about the teams or what's expected out of that conference besides Seton Hall. Who's expected, and maybe besides Villanova also.
Villanova, they just tipped off against Quinnipiac. They were picked first in the league. I think they're excellent again. I mean, defending champs, and Phil Booth is going to be star of the show. He had 41 in an early exhibition against North Carolina. Kurt Pascal is excellent. They are deeper than you can give them credit for, even though they lost 4 guys to the NBA, and they have a Hall of Fame level coach in Jay Wright. I saw Marquette today. They looked really good. Marcus Howard at 37. They were picked second in the league. They're deeper than usual. People question their defense, but they're pretty long, at some positions. They can block shots. But the Hauser brothers will help lead them. These are 2 really good forwards that can shoot and post and make threes. So Wojo's got a good team there. St. John's, who plays sometimes here on 970 and often on AM 560, sister station, might have the most talent in the league or close to it. It's just a matter of them putting it together. They almost lost to Bowling Green last night.
Oy.
So there's a lot of parity. I mean, Butler's always good.
And that's what I love about that conference.
Central Connecticut, so it's hard.
That's great. Give me a wild card guy on your roster right now. One we may not know about, and one that could be contributing late in the year to help the Pirates.
Well, I mean, Torian Thompson is a guy that sat out last year, transferred in from Syracuse. Hasn't started yet, but he will play 30 minutes a game and be a big part of the offense. And he is a polished post player. He's a 6'11" guy that can shoot threes. He's just an interesting guy. He's a 4-star player out of St. Anthony's and did okay at Syracuse, but wanted to transfer closer to home. He's from New York. And if Seton Hall is going to be an NCAA tournament team this year, you need 15 points or so from Torian Thompson and have him be a big part of the offense. I think he's a big X factor. We talked about Moloko-Lashvili. He is as well. And there's a guy, Quincy McKnight, that's the starting point guard, that scored about 18 a game in the NEC, transferred up from Sacred Heart to Seton Hall. And I think he has a good chance to be, the on-court leader of this team and score a dozen points and have 5 assists a game and really orchestrate the offense. So if some of these things that we're talking about come together, then Seton Hall can be pretty good.
Talk to us about this week. I know you're heading out to where? Nebraska? You're heading out to a tournament somewhere? Where are you going?
Yeah, Gavin tip-off games this week. There's a lot of good games. Big Ten versus the Big East. Villanova, Michigan, I think it's probably the marquee game, but Seton Hall at Nebraska is a big telltale game for both of the programs. Nebraska's on the way up, 22 wins last year, one of the better teams in the Big Ten, and they don't lose a lot in that that arena. They packed in like 15, 16,000.
Wow.
In Lincoln. Seton Hall, get a young group, go on the road early in the year, hostile environment, and win a game like that. And if they can, it's great for their Ken Pom, it's great for their NET, which is the new NCAA version of the RPI. You really get extra points for beating a ranked team like Nebraska 25th in the Coaches Bowl, beating a ranked team on the road, a team that's going to win 20 games this year and be pretty good. So that would be a nice start, to the non-conference for Seton Hall, and then they go and play in a tournament. They play St. Louis, and they play in a tournament in California when there's some good teams out there, like Utah, Miami, Northwestern, etc. So tough schedule.
I was looking. You used to have that. You didn't have it, I guess, this year. The home and home series with my Georgia Bulldogs. I attended that. Yeah. It was fun. I went and saw that at Prudential. All right, Dave, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. You gave us updated, and we'll reach out to you during the season and see where Seton Hall's at. And I want to thank you for joining Talking Sports on a Saturday evening.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. Talk to you again.
You got it. All right, that's Dave Pompkin. He's the radio color guy with Mets announcer Cohen with Dave. I forgot his name. Anyway, you're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. We'll be right back. I forgot his name. I had the Cohen part, but I couldn't remember his first name. Gary Cohen, sorry.
Okay, we're going to be back in 20 seconds apparently.
And we'll you ready to update some scores?
I got a call first, but we'll get into it right after.
Oh, someone's calling us? Yeah, go. Yeah.
Follow the flag with Mitchell's Face to save today and every day. If you want to save big, you gotta go to Moe's.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. So we got a lot to do. Don't forget, Sig's Locks of the Week will be with us in the bottom half of the second hour. And at the bottom half of this hour, Daniel J. Friedman, he's the show's hockey guru. He'll update us on what's happening locally with the teams here. And we'll look around the NHL. Later, James and I will pick our NFL picks. Now, if you noticed, our man Chuck isn't with us this week. It was his birthday, and I believe his girlfriend took him on a cruise somewhere today to Bermuda, and I was asking James. Now, James, if you're calling tonight, by the way, James is wearing a hat. He's wearing that hat where he's got to do the calls. He's got to update us on scores. He's got to converse with me. So if you're calling, be patient. If it rings, he's going to pick it up. So just hang in there. So anyway, so Chuck is heading off to Bermuda. And, who goes to Bermuda? When he left here today, it was about 20 degrees. Right out of the ports right out of the ports here. And it was cold. And I guess, it's not like Bermuda's 90 degrees right now at this time of year.
I don't know what Chuck's doing. I mean, maybe it's nice. I don't know. You told me you know that it's not nice right now, but I gotta assume you didn't go to not go swimming in the ocean.
All right, let's go right to the phone lines on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line. Let's go to Gary in Inwood. Gary, you're on Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. All right, I don't know if I can help you on a brain twister, but I'm going to try. Okay, you got it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the inside wall, Robert A. Kraft Field. I don't know what connection Robert A. Kraft, owner of the Patriots, would have with a Ivy League stadium in the tip of northern Manhattan.
It could be well, I tell you, it's going to tell you an interesting story. Robert Kraft in Israel built a flag football field in Jerusalem for a lot of schools that play there. So maybe he made some type of donation to Columbia and he wanted to be shown in that kind of way, maybe affiliated with the football program, or maybe he's a booster in some way to the football program. That very well could be the case also. It's very possible. If you Google that, it may come up. But that's a good guess, by the way.
Yeah, it's directly across the street from me. And I'm walking my dog, and I can look inside the stadium. I can watch games from there.
Yeah. Yeah, you should go to a Columbia. That's a fun game to go to in Ivy League. Them and Princeton going at it. We think you have an answer.
Robert Kraft may have donated $5 million.
There you go. There's your answer. There's your answer to why that banner's in that stadium. Oh, he donated $5 million to Columbia. It looks like to the athletic department. He may not have gone there, but we see that he did donate. We Googled it, and it looks like he made Yeah, well, I'm glad we were able to answer that question. Yeah, that would be great. Well, it wouldn't surprise us, would it? All right, great. Thank you so much for the. Hey, most importantly, thank you for listening and thank you for the call. Let's go to Thomas in. Well, Thomas was there. Now he's not there. All right, we'll come back to Thomas, so maybe he'll call us back. Anyway, so we got a lot to do tonight. We got Sig is going to be with us with his locks of the week. He went 4 for 5 last, and one of them was an over/under. Well, I don't know how people do over/unders can figure that out. And I think there were some games he said he was going to give us, and he stayed away from, and the reasons why where he was correct on. So give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. So also, we'll have James and I will have our NFL picks later in the show. And by the way, when you go on vacation like Chuck has, this is like a bye week. So he's going to have some catching up. This is your chance. By the way, this is your moment, and this is he's one behind me. So this is time for me to get a little room. So, it's looking good. Hey, Chuck, don't spend all your money on that casino on the boat there, because you're going to maybe be buying pizza for everybody here. All right. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Don't forget, at the bottom of the hour, Daniel J. Friedman, he's our hockey guru. He'll come by, or he'll get us on the phone, actually, and we'll talk hockey with him. You're listening to Talking Sports with John Friedman. We'll be right back. No, I'm going to take the call at the bottom of the hour, and we'll take Daniel after, but go ahead and call Daniel.
Okay.
You got his number? And tell Daniel we're going to push him back a minute or two.
No problem.
You got a lot going on back there.
Do you hear that noise?
Is my mic off?
Yeah, your mic's off. No worries.
By the way, it figures you get calls when he's not. That's more ammunition for me with Mary to give her shit about it.
NYPD officer searching for the man who punched and choked a woman who was working in the Manhattan meat market Friday afternoon. It happened at Quality Meats on West 58th Street. Police say the wanted man walked down to the basement and came across his 30-pound-year-old victim. The attacker punched the woman in the eye and then placed her in a chokehold. He demanded money and took about $400 from the victim's backpack before he took off. In sports, the Knicks lost to Toronto 128-112. The Nets will be at Golden State. In the NHL, the Rangers taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. That game in the first period, the Rangers with a 1-0 lead. And the Islanders are visiting the Florida Panthers. That game is in the
Just going to keep delaying Daniel.
Let's do updates.
No.
The one after this.
No, but we're going to take these two calls,
Right.
and Daniel will be after these calls. I'm not I'm not even worried about the update
Okay,
right now.
No problem. 30 seconds. I'll call Daniel while you're in the middle of one of the calls.
Right.
At the corner of Jefferson and Parsippany Roads in Whippany, they fix engine performance issues, brakes, tune-ups, suspension work, and all general auto repairs. Your car's important to you, and they know it. If you're seeking friendly service from folks who want your business, look no
I'm going to Thomas right out of the break, just so you know.
Give them a call at 973-887-0799.
7 seconds.
ADS Automotive is a proud sponsor of Talking Sports.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. Don't forget Sig's Locks of the Week on the bottom half of the second hour. And soon, in just a few minutes, we'll go to Daniel Friedman. He's our hockey guru of the NHL. But let's first go to Thomas in Lou. Where's Thomas calling from? I got to put my glasses back on. Well, Thomas, I don't know. I can't see where you're calling from, but you're on Talking Sports on a Saturday evening.
Hey, Jonathan. I'm calling from Mill Village.
Okay, got it. How you doing? Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling.
Hey, I'll tell you about the Jets, about Tom Bolt.
Sure.
He needs to go. Tom Bolt has to go.
I've heard a lot of Jets fans say that. Why does Todd Bowles, in your mind, need to go?
Because he's a hard worker. You know, Wade's doing a lot of penalties, going with the offense and defense, and he needs to go. Then Donald has to be benched, has John McClown be the quarterback.
You don't wait a minute. You don't want Sam Darnold to be the quarterback?
No.
You just, if that's the case, you just wasted a second, third round. Wherever he went, second in the pick, you just wasted that pick if you don't want him to be your quarterback. You mean because you want him to hold the chalkboard and learn more?
Yeah, he should have Doug McClown start, and if Doug McClown gets hurt, then you put in Sam Darnold.
Okay, all right. All right, so I'm not sure I agree with you. Maybe on the head coaching situation, I don't know if he'll survive, but I think you should stick with Darnold. I think that's the right choice.
And then about the Yankees.
Yeah.
You think the Yankees will get Miller back?
You think they're gonna? You think the reliever that yeah, they may be getting him back? Yeah, but does he got anything left?
I don't think so.
No, wait, you don't think he? Wait, you don't think he has anything left, but you want them to get him back?
Yeah, so he's gonna have like the back guys back. It says DM, Francis Miller, and Chapman, and that was the best combination they ever had.
All right. Okay. Listen, it could, but you know, every year in every scenario and every, that's a few years, 2 years ago he pitched for the Yankees and stuff. So, the Yankees have an issue that they need to get starting pitching. That's what they need to focus in on, is starting pitching. And then the Yankees will always work their bullpen, even during the season, to improve it. So their goal, I think, in their mind, is go out and get starting pitching. Hey, Thomas, I want to thank you for the call and thank you for listening. Let's go to you got it. Thanks for listening. Let's go to Joe in the Bronx. Is that Joe in the Bronx? Joe in the Bronx, you're on Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. I think Joe hung up on us. What'd you do there? We got to get Chuck back there. You're having some issues on the phone line there, James. He is. I'm not seeing him on there. Anyway, all right, I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, Daniel J. Friedman will join us. We're going to talk NHL hockey between the Rangers the upstart Islanders, the struggling Devils. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. We'll be right back.
I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Friedman Loans, America's premier home purchase lender. We've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates. Our exclusive Rate Shield approval. First, we lock your interest rate for up to 90 days. Then, if rates go up, your rate stays locked. But if rates go down, your rate drops. Either way, you win. Call us today.
You calling Daniel?
Or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Do we have Daniel?
He's on. He didn't speak, so I'm gonna get Daniel. We're gonna do that.
No, okay, but you got to get him on though.
We'll get to Joe. Don't worry, we'll get to
No, Daniel, he's waiting. He keeps texting.
Right now.
Okay.
Here, we're okay.
For example, George is 40. He was given sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino, and believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-607-3551. That's 800-607-3551. 800-607-3551. Or go to selectquote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Price will vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors not available in all states.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. And speaking of Models, let's go to the Models call-in line and go to Joe in the Bronx. Joe, you're on Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. Hello, Joe.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome to the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling.
Concerning Bryce Harper,
Yeah.
how feasible is it for the Yankees to go after Bryce Harper and get his powerful bat in the lineup, as opposed to maybe going after a couple of starting pitchers? I mean, I know they need starting pitching to beef up their rotation, but I think Bryce Harper would bring in 40 homers. So what do you think?
Well, if you want my opinion, any monies that you were going to spend on Bryce Harper should definitely go to starting pitching, because Bryce Harper, the Yankees are not at they're getting to the next level soon, and starting pitching is the weakness. And I see that you recognize that, but I just don't think that the guy's going to require 200 some odd million, some crazy number. And by the way, he hit 230 this year in his free agency year. If you ask me, do the Yankees need to go that route? I don't think so. I tell you what team should go that route. I'm going to give you a crazy thing. The New York Mets should go after him. No one talks about that, but they got some money to spend, and that would be a guy that could help the Mets, along with some other things, along with the pitching that they have as a consideration. So, no, I don't think the Yankees need to go out and get Bryce Harper. Their focus should be strictly on starting pitching.
Okay, I accept that. Also, I'm still waiting for a T-shirt that I was promised in your debut show.
You mean you didn't get a Stump the Marty T-shirt? We've already sent out 3 of them. I'm surprised. Because I know they were sent out, and I'm sorry. Are you sure that I want to make sure we got your right address? I'll tell you what. When you and I are done, please stay on hold, and James will get your number, and we will make sure. I will personally make sure it gets to that post office. How about that?
Thank you.
I really
appreciate that, Jonathan. You're great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for listening. Yes, I will make sure that you get that. All right, you got it. Thanks for the call. All right, let's go to Daniel J. Friedman, no relation, by the way. He's the show's hockey guru. Daniel, welcome to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening.
How you doing?
How are you, sir? So far, by the way, when you were here last time, you're right on the mark. The Devils have struggled. The Islanders have been more than competitive. And by the way, the surprise is the Rangers have been playing pretty decently. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gone so far how much it's shaken out. I didn't think the Islanders would be, I mean, it's very early, obviously, but they're 1 point out of first place. You look at it, they're very middle of the pack. The Rangers have started to be a little more competitive in the last few games, but I would say as a season, as a whole, they've struggled. I wouldn't say they've had a good good start to the season. Stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Been a little bit better than expected, competitive. The Devils looked hot at the beginning, and I mean, I think they've started to unravel now. Especially the 6-1 loss to Toronto, I think that's, that was pretty telling. I mean, they've got a lot of work to do. They're very, they have a young team. I think the horses that are expected to lead the way for the Devils are leading the way. Between Palmieri, Sure, Taylor Hall.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's shaked out the way it's going to. I mean, again, I think it's a very flexible situation. I think that a lot of these teams are constantly going to be in flux, particularly when you look at the Islanders, Flyers, Columbus. These teams are going to be changing spots regularly throughout the year. I would expect it to be a very competitive Metropolitan Division. We'll see how it shakes out.
Do the Islanders get to a point where where they're more than competitive and they're they're out to looking to acquire to make a good push to get into the playoffs? Can you see that?
I mean, it's really too early to tell. I think like I said, I think they're going to be more. They were going to be more competitive out of the gate than people give them credit for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is the year where they go for it per se, especially because I think on defense they really need to develop, especially some of the younger guys on defense. But I mean, you never know if we're in January time and they're really making a push. Feel like maybe they're a puzzle piece or two away, and maybe they do swing to the fences a little bit. But certainly you can't make that call 15 games into the season.
Right. Give us some. First of all, could you tell the audience about the story of the Senators up in Ottawa with their Uber car ride there? What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, to me, so what happened was that some of the players were in an Uber car and they were trashing, the organization, the coaches. The truth is, this happens with every team. There are 2 reasons why this was a story. Reason number 1 is because the video got leaked. Reason number 2 is obviously because it's the Ottawa Senators, and literally every cat.
They can't get out of their own way. That team.
They cannot get out of their own way. And then, by the way, they made it worse because they didn't really make any of the players involved available to talk to the media to talk about it or to try and push it under the rug or apologize for it. So they just didn't handle it completely. It became more of a story than it should have been, partly because of that. But the thing to keep in mind is this happens with every team. This happens, I'm sure, with every employer. There will be people that talk behind their back. Nobody thought they were getting videotaped.
Every road team now, when they get to an Uber in every city, is going to be checking that out. So, give us 3 scenarios. Give us 3 stories throughout the NHL that we don't know about. It could be Western Conference teams, whatever. Give us 2 or 3 other things that are surprises that's going on in the NHL right now.
All right. Well, I think biggest surprise number 1 is that the Vancouver Canucks are top Pacific Division. This is a team. They're a very young team that's rebuilding, and they've got a lot of talent, but a lot of young talent. But I don't think anyone's expected to be competitive. They're led by one of their top picks 3 years ago, Pedersen.
Mm-hmm.
And another winger named Brock Besser. Those 2 have been an outstanding duo for Vancouver. They've been getting really solid goaltending from their tandem, and Jacob Markstrom and Anders Nilsson, former Islander Anders Nilsson. And they've been a big surprise, I would say. The other big surprise on the downside, and this is mostly in the West, of course, but Chicago dead last in their division.
And their head coach fired.
Getting fired, which is a huge, he was there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously a very well-established coach. Obviously, pretty competitive with Colorado and with Chicago, and he'll probably land on his feet sooner rather than later. But Chicago the Blackhawks have been a very disappointing story. You knew the dynasty was kind of over, but the way it's fallen from grace, especially this year so far, it looks really bad.
All right. Well, all right, Daniel. We will check in with you in about a month or so and see where we're at in National Hockey League. You always bail me out because all I got to do is bring you on the show and get everybody filled in. How about that? All right, buddy. Have a good week, and we'll talk to you soon. That's Daniel J. Friedman. He's our hockey guru that we go to keep us updated on the local teams and throughout the NHL. I'll tell you what, James. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, James, you gotta update us on what's going on in college football, the NBA, NHL. Johnny's Georgia Bulldogs are playing. They got the lead right now. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. We will be right back.
That's a solid. See, you got 2 guests on, 3 calls. That's a good start.
I'm feeling bad for you back there.
This is light compared to the stuff that's
That must have been his cell phone because it was breaking up and people should call on the landline.
I always tell them, but I know people are busy.
Yeah.
Be out and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, please call on the landline.
Yeah.
Garbage on the phone.
All right, can you update us or not?
You got 5 seconds.
TS Automotive is a proud sponsor of Talking Sports.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday. Beautiful, but really cold evening in New York City. You look up in the sky, the stars are out, and today was actually the chilliest kind of daytime temperature. And a few weeks ago, I did a Facebook video of coming to the office, and it was kind of warm out, and I said, oh, this is such a great walk. But then I said to myself, wait till this walk gets a little cold at night and stuff. And tonight, it's just a beautiful night in New York City. So not too windy or anything, but just New York City is really beautiful. When it's not windy and you can walk in the city, it's unbelievable. All right, James, get us updated, if you can, with some college football, and we'll start there. Whatever you want to do. Yep.
All right. So, no surprise, Alabama with a tough one, 24-0 over Mississippi State. UCF beat Navy 35-24.
By the way, and see, there's an example for that school. All right, they just beat Navy. Move them down.
Yeah, give them some love.
Number 12, they don't even have a chance to get in there.
They're not going.
And they're going to print those shirts again. They're going to be the 18 champions. Yeah, except it doesn't matter now for them.
It does not at all.
Too bad. Too bad.
Kentucky. Kentucky's on a slide now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
24-7 to Tennessee.
Wow. See, but that's surprising, by the way. That Georgia deflated them.
Yeah. Thanks, Georgia. Washington State. They defeat Colorado 31-7.
Yep.
Oklahoma State. I don't know how this one ended, but it's 48-47. I don't know. That must have been a great game.
Well, wait, but it's a big game for Oklahoma because they're in the 6th spot trying to get in there. All right, but they won. At least they won.
And of course, we got to go over Michigan versus Rutgers.
What's going on? Well, I'm going to assume without looking, it's a blowout. But the last time I looked at the end of the first quarter, it was like 7-7. All right, but that's a big win for Michigan. We got Michigan, Georgia. I got a household of Georgia and Michigan in that house. Georgia's got to get in there. I see Georgia's winning now.
Yeah, they are. Georgia's winning 20-10 right now over Auburn. That's halftime. Let me give you some other scores.
Yeah.
Florida State has just gone completely downhill here. Notre Dame 25-6 right now, and that's 9-12 to go in the second.
Wow, big game for Notre Dame. That's big for them.
LSU trying to come back here. They're 14-0 over Arkansas right now. I mean, they're pretty much.
They're out. 2 losses. They're out. They're gone.
You want to root for LSU.
I don't, but yeah, okay.
Let's see. Texas versus Texas Tech right now. Texas up 10-7.
All right.
Clemson and Boston College. That's the big game tonight. Clemson is up
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it for all the things that are important. You want to go basketball real quick?
If you got it, sure.
Ooh, Nets up 16-13 over the Warriors.
And how about the Nets last night with a big win at Denver? Was that Denver's first loss or second loss? Yeah. They got a nice team, Denver.
They do. Jokic is a stud. Trying to see what other NBA scores here. We got the Knicks. They lost today, 128.
At Toronto.
112 over the Raptors.
Toronto, by the way, 12-1 now. Right? Yeah.
Toronto's Kawhi Leonard, what he's done to that team. I was skeptical. I'm not gonna lie, but he has absolutely turned that team into a winner.
Yeah.
And Spurs Rockets 12-6. Spurs. There's another guy who's done great. DeMar DeRozan's done phenomenal. Spurs. They're gonna get into the playoffs, and they're gonna be a problem.
Well, by the way, to his credit, he's working with a good head coach now too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still think Toronto got the better end of that deal, but so be it. Yeah, he's just great defensively. He's got Dr. J. He's such a good player. All right, so we got. By the way, did you see? I don't know why this became such a big story yesterday. Where it's like a surprise that the Bills would be a 28-point favorite over Alabama. Of course they would. Were they saying that because it should be more? I
think they think Alabama could beat the Bills.
They can't. Let me make this very clear. There is not a college team, the best college team of all time, could never beat an NFL team. That's stupid.
All right, I'm one of those people that's skeptical about this.
Come on.
You can't say it's not possible.
You think there's a corner in the NFL who could stop in the college who could stop for example, a Julio Jones?
Okay. I'm not saying Atlanta. I'm not saying Julio Jones. I'm talking about the Bills here. Who I'm pretty sure their best receiver, not anybody out of the state of the upper half of the state of New York.
You can say anything you want about that team. By the way, it could be snowing. They'll have 50,000 at that darn stadium of theirs.
Those Bills fans are loyal.
Gosh.
But this all started because the Duke Blue Devils have the freshman 3 with the Reading.
Yeah.
Williamson,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
RJ Barrett.
Yeah. Come on, Hawks. Have a terrible year.
I think they could beat Cleveland right now.
Stop. Stop.
Would dominate those colleges.
It's just ridiculous. If there's actually people in the media business that are actually saying stupid things like that, that's dumb.
There are people that think they can't. I wouldn't be shocked.
By the way, if Vegas says it would be dumb, it'd be dumb.
All right, I believe you. I'm just saying I still want to see it happen. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see it happen.
It's almost like the best college hockey team could beat an NHL team. Right. Yeah. No. Yeah.
But when the USA team, the 92 Olympic team, they played all the college players and they did lose. Chuck Daly said they lost the game. So it is possible, and that's the dream team. I'm just saying.
That was the one game of all those practices, by the way, that they never showed.
That's right. That's right. They didn't show it. All I'm saying is it might be possible. Not a great Bird, but I'm saying it might be possible.
Yesterday was the anniversary, by the way. Have you ever seen the footage of Bird and Dr. J in a fight in Boston Garden? Did you know that Julius Erving was an Atlanta Hawk? He signed as an ABA player, had played in the exhibition season with him, and then the NBA went, no. Yeah. So.
That's a cool little tidbit there. Wait. The Hawks were not in the ABA, though.
The Hawks were no. The Hawks were they were in Atlanta at this time. Yeah. Cotton Fitzsimmons was the head coach of the Hawks then.
Could you imagine? I mean, that's almost as egregious as when David Stern stopped Chris Paul from going to the Lakers.
Well, that one I never understood, but yeah.
It essentially straight up ended Kobe's career because he had to deal with a 100-year-old Steve Nash and the worst center in the league in Dwight Howard. So I remember that was just an absolute nightmare.
I heard something about Dwight Howard this week. I can't remember what. That I guess so. It was people make a joke of him or whatever anymore. That poor guy. That's just not the way to end your NBA career. I mean, but he kind of brought a lot of it on himself. Does his imitation of Stan Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy is his brother. You'd never know they're brothers, by the way. They're two different personalities. But I happen to like Stan Van Gundy, by the way. I think he's a no-nonsense kind of guy, and he doesn't adapt to these kids these days because they are a bunch of crybabies.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. They are all crybabies. Absolutely. But you know what? That's why Jimmy Butler would work good with Stan Van Gundy because he's worried about all the crybabies. You know that when he goes to Philadelphia, if these guys, and I'm sure they practice hard, but you know they're going to be giving it so much in practice. They don't want to go through this nonsense. No, they're going to fight during practice. Like, they're going to throw elbows in practice. People are going to get hurt.
That's crazy.
So, like I said, I think Ben Simmons is such a stud in the way that he prepares. He doesn't like people. He looks like the kind of guy that's like...
I love him. A good player, though, man. I like him. Good player, though. All right. So we're at the top of the hour. We're about to get through the first hour of the show. And when we come back, James and I will give you our NFL picks. Don't forget on the bottom of the hour, we got Sig's locks of the week. He was 4 for 5 last week. You got to love that. He can take you to the bank. Or you should take it to the bank. Hey, you're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. We'll be right back.
The preceding program sponsored by Marketing Ideas and Beyond, LLC.
Where's Dave O'Bannon? I got till 5 after, right?
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
My dad was bringing home the best birthday cake ever.
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad. That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad. Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
Pat Boone here again for Relief Factor, the company that's helping thousands of people, just like my wife Shirley and me, deal with all kinds of occasional aches and pains. For years, Shirley struggled with her neck, and her shoulder pain kept her from sleeping through the night. A lot of people, just like Shirley, struggle with aches and pains due to aging or exercise. Why don't you order the 3-week Quick Start? It's now only $19.95, and let's see if we can get you out of pain too. Go to ReliefFactor.com.
From the studios of AM 970 The Answer on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Ron DeRockstrom. Still too close to call in Florida, where the Secretary of State's ordered recounts in the gubernatorial and U.S. Senate races.
The unprecedented recounts returned Florida to the center of a major political drama 18 years after an infamous presidential recount left control of the White House undecided for more than a month. Beyond determining the governorship of the state, it will also decide whether Democrat Bill Nelson returns to Washington for a 4th term, or Republicans will enjoy an even bigger majority in the U.S. Senate. Bob Agnew reporting.
A wildfire in Southern California has killed 2 people, more than doubled in size. Friday night, an air and ground assault by firefighters at the campus of Pepperdine University, just off Highway 1 in Malibu, fought off encroaching flames. Several communities outside of the Los Angeles area ordered to evacuate. Meanwhile, upstate in Northern California, 9 people died in wildfires northeast of San Francisco. 4 communities near Paradise, which was destroyed by fire, also ordered to evacuate. In Paris today, President Trump and French President Macron projecting unity after Mr. Trump lashed out earlier at Macron, saying he insulted the United States when he pushed the idea of the continent having its own defense force.
Being assured just by the United States, and we need a much better assurance.
We want to absolutely be there. We want to help. We want to be a part of it. But different countries have to also help. That's only fair.
It was Mr. Trump's first stop on a weekend trip to Paris, where dozens of world leaders were gathering to commemorate Sunday's 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. Federal Reserve will begin issuing a new report assessing the stability of the U.S. financial system. The first report issued November 28th, and in every spring and fall thereafter, it will provide information on potential financial vulnerabilities tracked by the central bank. News and analysis at townhall.com.
Father Paul Bilecki, Capuchin friar and medical doctor, established a missionary hospital in Lebanon to provide medical care to Christian refugees. He also helps relocate them to safer areas. Connors & Sullivan, attorneys at law, is hosting a special fundraiser to help Father Paul and his team purchase supplies, treat their patients, and help them find safe havens. Basically, Father Paul is the last resort for these faithful Christians in the Middle East who've been forgotten.
Now we're going to do our NFL picks.
Join us on Thursday, November 15th.
Yep.
Father Paul will tell you what's really happening to Christians in the Middle East. Call Monica at 718-238-6500 to reserve your place at this important fundraising event, as all of the proceeds will support Father Paul's compassionate mission. 718-238-6500. Again, that's 718-238-6500.
This is Town Hall.
A minute.
New York State is moving toward a ban on the sale of flavored electronic cigarettes.
A spokesman for New York's governor said a ban on the sale of flavored electronic cigarettes would be aimed at curbing their use by teenagers. When the state started tracking high school vaping in 2014, a little more than 10% reported doing it. Now it's more than a quarter. Vaping doesn't create the same risk of lung disease as smoking does, but the state health department says quick action is needed to head off a lifetime of addiction to nicotine, which some of the harm developing brains. The department published a proposed regulation banning cigarettes, which could take a lot more time for legal review. Warren Levinson, New York.
The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree is now in place. It will soon be strung with 50,000 LED lights as one of New York City's most prominent seasonal attractions. The 75-year-old spruce will be lit up during ceremonies November 28th and will stay up till January 7th. More on these stories at townhall.com.
It's Saturday evening. Time for Talking Sports. Here's your host, Jonathan Friedman.
All right, we're back for the second hour of the show. A good first hour. Had a lot going on in that hour, and good job by James in the behind the glass. He's filling in for Chuck, who's the only guy in November who leaves from New York on a cruise ship at 20 degrees out or 30 degrees out here on their way to Bermuda, where I can't. I'm assuming maybe it gets up to 80 degrees in Bermuda at this time of year. It's off the coast of North Carolina. And it's winter time. Okay, but maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. Listen, he's a good kid, and I hope he's having a great time. And it's his birthday, so happy birthday, Chuck. All right, so let's do our NFL picks, and as you guys know, it's me and Chuck and James. We have our individual picks. I'm up 1 on every. Oh wait, maybe I'm not. So are you able to? You got a lot going on back there. Are you able to up? Yeah. Well, but last week can you figure out from last week or
anything from last week? I think you and Chuck had like almost all of them the same except for a few.
as in right or wrong? You mean?
So you guys are probably still within 2 or 3.
With me on top. So wait, and then did you catch up any?
Probably not, because I went with the long shot. I think
Yeah, get you picked up. Well, I'm going to remember as we go along here. All right, so let's go ahead and start this thing off here. As you know, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, they covered on Thursday night. That was a weird game. It starts off first play and for a touchdown for Carolina. Then the next play, the first play, a touchdown for Pittsburgh. Crazy. So, but Pittsburgh, everybody was panicking about them kind of early, the first 3-4 weeks. Yeah, they're grooving. And by the way, if I was them, unless this guy got hurt the other day, and I don't know if he did, he kept going into that little. He shouldn't even be. Why would they sign the guy? Why?
No, they're not going to sign him. They're not going to sign him.
He's just going to let it play it out and what have you.
Yeah, well, my guess is he's going to end up playing it out. He's going to sit the whole time. This is the thing, he cannot come to training camp. Come back to the team, and he'll be a restricted free agent. But they're not going to sign him. He knows that.
He'll be a restricted free agent. They still have some kind of rights to this guy.
I hope they sign him just to piss him off.
Yeah. No, they'll let him go, but they'll just put him through this for a little while. Crazy. All right, so let's take a look here. Everybody talked about this game, and I'm not concerned about it at all. Saints and Bengals tomorrow. I'm going to go with the Saints. The Bengals to me are just like the Ravens. They're up and down. The Saints have been pretty consistent, and yes, people were talking about they're going to have a hangover of the big win over the Rams. Drew Brees and Sean Payton, they're pros. They're, whatever. So.
I'm going to assume that Joe Mixon will probably play well and some of the other guys, but I still think the Saints.
And do you think yesterday, and you never want to see anybody injured, right? I'm serious. You don't want to see any. But do you think a lot of people were kind of like, ha-ha, yesterday with the whole injury to My son said to me today, ha-ha. ACL, he tore his Achilles tendon. He wishes it was an ACL. Crazy. All right, now this one I'm going to gloat about because I told you exactly what was happening, and it happened. You had the Redskins beating Atlanta, and Atlanta just last week, for all the criticism that Sarkisian has been taking for all that year, that offense is clicking right now. Let me tell you something. Matt Ryan's looking good. The Atlanta Falcons defense quietly this week picked up Irvin, who was released from the Raiders. No one's talking about that quality linebacker there. And getting Deion Jones back this week. They are at the Browns. 4-point favorite they're giving 4 points to the Browns. So I look for Atlanta to win that game. I really do. And by the way, for what was looking so bad, if Atlanta can win tomorrow, not only are they in the hunt right now, the top guy in the hunt, but they would go 5 and they'll be at 5-4, game over all of a sudden. And yes, Matt Ryan has had an outstanding season. All right, Dolphins at Packers. Oh, by the way, I'll take the Falcons there. Dolphins at Packers. Now, I got to tell you something. I would not, and it's at the Packers, and they're a favorite by 10. The Packers. I wouldn't be surprised if Dolphins went in there and won that game. I'm not kidding you. The Packers are not that good. They're just not.
And they gave up. They got rid of their best defensive player. Well, personally, I think Osmond Dick was top 3
That's why they got rid of him, because he's their best player.
I mean, if you're Aaron Rodgers right now, your head's got to be spinning. Every time you have a chance to win it, somebody blows it for you.
I'm not boo-hooing for him.
You think a Vikings fan?
I'm not booing for by the way, I like him. He's my fantasy quarterback. I like him. So yeah, he's a great player, but he's also had some really good teams over the years. Let me tell you that, and by the way, he's also the best quarterback, arguably, in Packers history. I mean, and somebody else too. He's pretty good too. Here's an interesting one. Leonard Fournette, I believe, comes back tomorrow. Jaguars at the Colts. That's a doozy, I think. Oh, by the way, I'm taking the Dolphins. By the way, yeah.
Okay, so you got Colts. I'm sorry, Colts and Jags.
Colts and Jags at Indianapolis.
Jaguars this week. I know the Colts are coming in rested. I think Jaguars bounce back this week. They take.
With Fournette too, I believe he's coming back. Okay, this is going to get ugly here. Cardinals at who am I taking there? I'm going to take the Jags. Cardinals at the Chiefs. Chiefs are 16.5-point favorite.
Should be 40.
You'd think it'd be a little bit more than 16, but
Honestly, they're gonna destroy them. I don't even think it's gonna be close. I think they win by at least 25. I think we're both taking the Chiefs on this one.
have the Chiefs hit a little lull in any way, or no? They're just keep doing their thing. Yeah, he's doing his thing. Okay, here's a beauty. We got, and I'm gonna take the Cardinals there. I'm kidding. I'll take the Chiefs. Patriots at the Titans. That's an interesting game. You know, the Patriots, they're good. There's no doubt they're good. But is this the kind of game that they could get clipped in?
I'm going to say no because I think Brady is now finding his receivers a little bit more. I think he's starting to find, why am I blanking out on his name? Who smoked pot for 6 years and couldn't play.
For which team?
From the Browns. I don't know why I'm blanking out on him.
From the Browns. Oh, the guy, yeah. Yeah. Yes, he is. He may be out. Gronkowski may be out. Yeah. Yeah, that's so weird. And is he wearing? What number is he? It looks ridiculous. Can't they change his number for this?
This is such a Patriot thing, though. No team can figure out what to do with Cordero Patterson. Patriots have him for less than a year.
And I saw him running the ball. It looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like 1920s football. might as well put the leather helmet on the guy. You got it. All right, you're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. Sig's Locks of the Week are coming. We'll be right back. Although I don't see Sig here, huh?
I don't see Sig either.
He's coming.
He's not. I'll just hop in.
As our Locks of the Week.
Automotive Diagnostic Services of Whippany, New Jersey, in the heart of Morris County, is your dedicated family neighborhood automotive repair service. At the corner of Jefferson and Parsippany Roads in Whippany, they fix engine performance issues, brakes, tune-ups, suspension work, and all general auto repairs. Your car's important to you, and they know it. If you're seeking friendly service from folks who want your business, look no further than ADS Automotive. Go to adsautomotive.com or give them a call at 973-887-0679. ADS Automotive is a proud sponsor of Talking Sports. You Can't Stump Marty is brought to you by...
Why is that in there? Yo!
Oh, aren't we running the B&B Metro commercial?
No.
We're not running those commercials.
Well, we are now. But if you can pull it the rest of the way, pull it.
Yeah, I'll make sure he's not in the rest of them.
Mary. Sports director.
Sports director. Coming back.
All right, we're back on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. James Simeone is on the other side of the glass, pulling Chuck's job, pulling his job. We got the Georgia Bulldogs on television here. Looks like they have a 20-10 lead over Auburn. They're driving on the field, and if Larry Munson was doing this game, he'd be having some fun behind the mic tonight there with the pressure Georgia is under. All right, let's take a look. We ended with Patriots at Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans, by the way. There he is. Sig just showed up. Yeah. I should have gone the other way. Okay. Here's an interesting game because Atlanta obviously exposed the Redskins last week, right? The Philadelphia looked at them and said, yeah, you are who you are, right? So they're at the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers, it's such an even game, they're getting 3. They're a 30-point favorite. They stink, the Buccaneers. By the way, yeah, is he playing quarterback again? Yeah. So then he's done. He's done. Winston's done. Yeah. Yeah, and and their head he's gone. Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine. I will go with the Redskins also. Well, let's have some fun since Chuck's not here. Bills and Jets. That's an interesting. I know the Bills are. Who's their quarterback they're going to play this week? No. The kid who played for the kid who played for USC. Barkley is it. Yeah, I guess so. I heard he's starting today. Okay. He's starting at quarterback for them. And the Jets are going to sit and let McCown play tomorrow. to see the Bills and Jets. And by the way, like there were Vikings, going to be Bills fans there. I don't. What do you mean they break tables? What is that? They I was just gonna say they must watch WWE thing. Okay, that's offensive, by the way. Too bad he's not sitting here. I have to go. I'm going with the Jets. I'm going with the Jets. I can't wait to tell them you took them. All right, we got here's a doozy. We got Chargers at Raiders. The Raiders are terrible. They're just terrible. I mean, Chargers are a 10-point favorite on the road. I'm still gonna. By the way, forgetting all these players he's got rid of, and he's gotten rid of a lot of good players. You still have to give him an opportunity. These guys, for whatever reason, are not part of his vision. Right. So I'm not going to question any of that for another 2-3 years to see what the deal is. I'm going to take San Diego. I'm sorry. I think it's Los Angeles now. Yeah. Yes. Now, here's a good game, and they're playing well. They're still, I can't remember if they won or not, but Seahawks at Rams tomorrow. Close, right? It was, yeah. That was the London game, or where? No, that was there. It was like the last play of the game or something, wasn't it? Yeah. Seattle is at the Rams in Los Angeles. Yeah. Oh, they're mad. They're mad. But we got this corner in this cornerback that's fighting with Sean Payton because Sean Payton liked the matchup that his receiver had, and the kid got all offended after he'd been. The receiver was like 20 feet ahead of him. Of course, he liked the matchup. All right, here's a doozy tomorrow. You got Cowboys and Eagles. I wonder if that's the Sunday night game. Cowboys at Eagles. For some reason, and I could be totally wrong about this. I think I'm totally wrong, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys that night. I think that the Eagles are looking at them as maybe a overlooking kind of the Cowboys there in this scenario, knowing that Washington really isn't that good. But I might be nuts for doing that. Yeah. Now, we got a real barn burner on Monday night. I don't know if you know the game, but this is a real, I mean, you better be sitting down for this one. We've got the Giants at 49ers. You know, the network probably looked at that last year and went, oh, man, that's going to be what a Monday night. Oh, what a Monday night. Two horrific bad teams. Makes sense.
But the Vikings are playing the next 8 o'clock Packers against Packers.
Right, so you should be happy.
But yeah, I don't know. This is just going to be awful. But I'm taking, I think the 49ers, their new quarterback.
He looked good, didn't he?
Good for one night.
Yeah.
They also played the Raiders.
Yeah.
But I think him and George Kittle got some sort of connection going on. I mean, after that catch, you got it. I think the 49ers are going to win this game.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the 49ers there also. So and real quickly, let me give you the just the odds right now. I'm gonna give you the top teams in the NFL. Right now, to win the Super Bowl, you got Pittsburgh 8-1, New England 6-1, the Kansas City Chiefs 9-2, the New Orleans Saints 7-2, and the Los Angeles Rams 5-2. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we're just a few minutes away from Sig's Locks of the Week. I believe he went 4 for 5, so he'll come in studio and we'll talk about that. We got a lot more. We'll still go over some NBA news. We'll go over the hockey standings, and we're going to talk a little MLS later, too. Now that I know what I'm talking about, I'm going to share it with you. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. We'll be right back.
Follow the flag to savings.
30 seconds. Come back.
Sporting Goods. Visit your local Model Sporting Goods store and look for the flags with Mitchell Space. Buy deals in all departments of the store for 7 days only. These unbelievable deals begin every Wednesday. And you can visit our stores this Wednesday and low deals. Remember, follow the flag with Mitchell Space to save today and every day.
We're talking about the divisions.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. So let me give you a little update on the MLS. I'm going to give it to you locally here because that's all I'm going to break down. Is last week, as you know, we had Mike Conti, who was the play-by-play man of the Atlanta United. And so Atlanta, New York, the NYCFC in Atlanta played at Yankee Stadium last Sunday. Atlanta won 1-0. Should have been 2-0 because they had a goal taken away from them on an offsides call that they would generally... First of all, from what I understand, they don't use their replay for those type of things, but they did for this, and it was one of those you couldn't tell if he was offsides, but bottom line is they took the goal away, and now Atlanta has a 1-0 lead, and they'll play the next 80, 90 minutes in Atlanta tomorrow night at 70,000 at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So, yeah, so that's the home field advantage that, that's how they do it in that 2-game. So they'll play tomorrow, and I guess New York's going to have to score a goal to tie it up. And if Atlanta just keeps scoring goals and stay a goal ahead of New York, they'll win the game. And the same thing, by the way, and then if New York ties the game or if they score the same amount of goals, they will go to a tiebreaker. And I believe the first tiebreaker is goals scored on the road. I can't remember if it was throughout the season or, well, it wouldn't be in that series. So you road goals that have been scored. So I'm going to watch that game tomorrow. And then here locally also, the Red Bulls are hosting. They're going on they're home tomorrow. And they had lost at Columbus, I believe, the Crew. I believe that's who they're playing. Right, so now the Red Bulls, who ended up the top team in the Eastern Conference in the regular season, they are going to have to score obviously at home and get more points than the other team, or find themselves in a tiebreaker where they'll have to take a look at the season record or goals scored on the road. So a little interest, and last week we learned a lot about it. So it'd be real good for me and good for the show and good for our audience if Atlanta ends up playing the Red Bulls. That would be kind of cool, and I'm going to take all of you guys there. We're gonna go to Harrison and look at that game. Be a lot of fun. It'd be a lot of fun, and maybe we'll do our show from Harrison, New Jersey. So anyway, yeah, that should be. And just a programming note, as much as I hate to tell you guys, we're preempting next week. We've got a Seton Hall basketball game that Johnny's a nice guy. I tell you, they said you can do the show, but it's not going to start till about 10, 11 o'clock, and I just could not do that to you guys. Because we really... Wait, you won't be here, but Chuck... And by the way, Chuck would do it. He'd sleep here all night if he wants to. Yeah. No, he's got a girlfriend, though. He's got a girlfriend. She took him to the Bermuda. So, anyway, so we're going to be preempted next week, but also have some exciting news that Talking Sports, very possibility, we're trying to work it out, maybe coming to you twice a week during the week, so we're trying to work out a late night kind of thing, 11 to 1, that kind of thing, Tuesday nights or Thursday nights and Saturday nights, so stay tuned. Johnny's trying to make that happen, so we're trying really hard to make that happen. So, after the break on the bottom of the hour, Sig just walked by. He's going to come in and give us his locks of the week, and I expect him to do some showboating about his success last week, and he should. So make sure you got your pencils out for all you gamblers out there. I even made a call into FanDuel this week because I want them to sponsor old Sig. So anyway, all right, so we're going to take a quick break, mainly because I can't talk anymore. Man, I got cotton in the mouth. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. I see my Georgia Bulldogs trying to score again. We'll be right back. Are we good till the bottom, after the bottom half? Do I have to come back? Oh, good.
Do you want me to grab check me out?
We'll keep them on a little longer. What's happening, bro? How you doing, man?
How'd I do last week?
Yeah, you know how you did last week.
No, I know.
You didn't write you, can?
No, I
you didn't. What? You didn't write them. You didn't write them down.
I remember them.
I remember. I have to go my pack.
They should have won. They kicked
the one of the things was an over/under you won. I could have swore.
Okay, I remember the over. I remember doing an over/under.
I called FanDuel to get you sponsored this week. I'm here back, but that place in the Meadowlands, you know.
My boy just missed twice in the last couple of weeks. FanDuel. Let me show you this.
Was it winning? You mean?
Dude, he just missed. He was in the $1 million run, and he just missed $250,000 on the Pittsburgh game.
Oh.
Samuel scored a touchdown that killed him.
How was your week? All right.
We got busy, man. We got busy. But he was in 11th place for $3,000.
Do you have headphones?
No. Before that, he was in second place at $32,000. He had second place going. He had it locked. Then Curtis Samuel scored a touchdown and knocked him all the way down to 11. He won $3,166.
Not too bad.
If he would have won first place, it was $250,000.
Damn.
He was only 1 point.
Tax that?
Yeah, he was only 1 point away from there. Crazy, right?
Sorry I had to end early. I just couldn't talk anymore.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I was like, let's go.
And then the week before that, he was 126th place out of 192,000.
Really?
For $1 million prize.
I wouldn't have to. What's the buy-in to that? Like having.
I think they're like $10 some of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but that's the fantasy part.
Automotive Diagnostic Services of Liberty, New Jersey.
What time do we come back?
Is your dedicated family neighborhood automotive repair service at the corner of Jefferson and Parsippany Roads.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
What time are we coming back?
Working all general auto repair.
20 seconds.
Oh. You got his thing queued up too? Can you hear?
No, not really.
You can't hear? God damn it.
I'll get
I'm
it.
gonna turn the volume up in the bottom.
Turn the bottom up in the bottom.
Yeah, no, I turned it up. Nothing.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. And you know what it's time for? Hello. All right, Sig's here, who went 4 for 5 last week with his locks of the week, and that's pretty good. So, I mean, it would be high expectations if I had asked you to go 5 for 5.
We should have went 5 for 5. Denver missed a field goal as time expired.
That close away for going 5 for 5. That's pretty good.
Yes, indeed.
Very
yes,
good.
Indeed.
All right, so what you got for us this week?
All right, this week I'm going to give you 3 locks. Then I'll give you like 2 bonus games. Then I'll give you a bonus teaser.
A bonus teaser. Yeah, let me just make sure you said that right. You said bonus teaser. All right, just want to make sure the crowd and the audience understood exactly what you said so we don't get in trouble here. All right, go ahead.
Now, the first plays are going to be regular straight plays. The first one, you got the Saints around. They're at 5 or 5.5, depending on where you do your shopping right now.
Right.
So at 5, I would like you to buy them down 1 point to -4. Because believe it or not, those 3s and 4s,
It matters.
They can make a difference.
Sure.
Half a point when you're at 5 or 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
You buy it down to 4, big difference. So you take the Saints, you buy it down 1 point to -4. You should be laying $1.20 instead of $1.10. Second play, get on this before it even goes up. I don't know how it's not gone up yet. The Eagles -7 against Dallas. Okay. I don't think the Eagles give up too many rushing yards. I think Barkley only got like 50.
Yeah.
And he might have had the most against them so far.
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a rough time. Cowboys are not using Dak to run the ball. I don't know why. He averages 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, I have to tell you something that it was crazy. Last week, I was up in fantasy, right? And I was up, and the guy had Zeke going on Monday night. And I knew I was going to lose, and I did lose. But I thought I'd lose to a lot more. He may have had like 6 fantasy, but he didn't have like this huge fantasy night. They don't give him the ball, I noticed.
Well, they give him the ball, but they don't give it to him enough. And they don't even let Dak run no more. A couple of weeks ago, Dak had 2 rushing touchdowns. When they let Dak run the ball, they do very well. They win games.
By the way, this is the year that coach is getting canned.
He should. He should
Yeah.
be canned already.
Yeah.
But they're stubborn for some reason. They want to make Dak a pocket passing type of guy. You got to use his strength. He's a poor man's Russell Wilson. Let the guy run. Dallas has a... They would have had a shot at the playoffs this year if they let this kid run in every game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying run the ball 15 times. Let him run it 5 to 6 times. 2 weeks ago, like I said, they had design plays for him to run, and he got 2 touchdowns. So you jump on Philly now at -7. Before that, it's going to go up to 7.5 or 8. Mark my words. By tomorrow, it will be up.
All right.
No doubt about it.
Okay. Now, Sig tells you that. That's what's going to happen. I'm positive of that.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you wait around for a number to move.
Right.
And if you know which way it's going to move, sometimes you wait, sometimes you jump on it early.
Right.
I was all over Philly early this week. And I even brought them down to 6, even 1 full point. God forbid the Cowboys play error-free football and the Eagles have a couple of turnovers. I still think the Eagles will survive that and win by a touchdown. So
Okay.
buying the point for me is just trying to avoid a push.
Got it.
Now the third play is going to be the Patriots -6.5. This one scares me a little.
That's what I said earlier today.
It gives me a little scare because the Pats sometimes they have a stinker in them. It's on the road.
Yeah.
Tennessee's got one of those good defenses, but do they show up all the time?
Yeah.
But after last
And
week,
it's also getting late. These games are starting to, Tennessee's going, they need some games.
after last week's,
Yeah.
I would even go as far as to say surprising win in Dallas. for
Right.
Tennessee,
Yeah.
And a pretty easy win after basically almost having 3 turnovers
Yeah.
in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Uh-huh.
So now Tennessee's right back in the thick of things, So they can pull up a little upset. There's a reason why this is under a touchdown, this spread. So those are going to be my 3 locks. Now the bonus straight plays. Listen, I got to go to the well until the well kicks me in the ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see how you can't take a stab at the Falcons -6.
I have to tell you, you and I, and just by coincidence, I thought the Falcons last week, their offense has played well all year, but last week really came together.
Yes, they sure
against a team that everybody said had a pretty good defense.
Had a pretty good, exactly. And now you see Falcons are getting a little bit more guys back here and there, piece by piece.
And they got Irvin this week.
They
Did
got
you?
Irvin, yes, they signed the guy, Irvin,
Yeah.
defensive guy. I believe he was a Cowboy at one point too. Not recently, but
Well, his most successful thing was with Seattle, and then he went as a free agent to the Raiders, and he's just one of these guys the Raiders going to get rid of for money
everybody
reasons.
goes to the Raiders and their career dies.
Right,
That's what
and he
happens.
played for Dan Quinn. He was the defensive coordinator in Seattle, so it's a great pickup for Atlanta, and Atlanta gets Deion Jones back. Is back. So
and what happened last week? Julio Jones with his first touchdown.
yes, it was. It's nice to see his teammates all go and whatever because they know how much of a non-Beckham kind of guy he
And
is.
it's nice to see him not letting that affect him to where he's not getting jealous of the rookie Calvin Ridley.
Right.
He's actually rooting for Calvin Ridley.
Man, Calvin Ridley can move. He gets that ball. He can move.
And Julio Jones is out there campaigning for this guy to win Rookie of the Year.
And by the way, Atlanta wins tomorrow, and it's at Cleveland, but they win tomorrow. They're 5-4, and they're the top team in the hunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, who did Atlanta lose to this year? Week 1 against Philly.
We lost to Philly. We lost
Wait,
the last play of the game to New Orleans.
Exactly. And New
And
Orleans.
Cincinnati, last play of the game to Cincinnati. And I'm trying to think who the other team was that they lost to. Because they beat Carolina, and they beat the Buccaneers. I can't remember who I'll think of it in a little bit. But
Philly, they dominated that whole game. Stat-wise and everything.
couldn't score in the red zone.
Exactly. The red zone killed them. Their red zone play has been getting good the last 2 weeks. Even 3 weeks, so to say.
Sarkisian got killed for so long, and now no one talks about him now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got to keep going. I mean, the Browns scare you because I don't think they've been actually out of any game this year. Maybe one game they might have not had a shot, but for the most part, they've been in every game, and they actually should have won at least 2 or 3 of those games.
Right. But what I find with these teams that are eventually that don't have a shot by week 10,
give it up.
they start to, and then the better teams start to win these games they should win. But we'll find out. That's what they play for.
Kicks in. They're
Yeah.
in a playoff hunt. Vacation is on their minds.
Yeah.
Of course, these teams start faltering at the end.
Yeah.
Now my other bonus pick, straight play for the the Rams. I wouldn't do this if the Rams would have beat the Saints last week, but the Rams lost to the Saints last week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you think about the Rams, how they've been playing this year, would you think the Rams are going to lose 2 in a row at any point?
No. You know what showed me? You know what impressed me about the Rams last week? And forgetting the win or loss, they were down kind of big and came back and tied that game up.
Yes, they did. They came. I mean, and everyone thought they're like, oh my God, the Saints are going to choke this away. I
Right.
can't believe it.
But give the Rams some credit there, and that's a tough place to win the Superdome.
It's very. I mean, you put that up there with the 12th man in Seattle or
Right.
Kansas City, in New Orleans when that place is rocking.
Yeah.
And Breeze is on too, and Breeze was on.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas, what did Thomas have?
And you saw Thomas had a big game yesterday.
Huge game, yeah.
And what's his name? Tears his Achilles tendon yesterday.
That was it. I actually ordered the Des Bryant jersey 2 days, but as soon as they signed him, I ordered my Des Bryant jersey. and Des, if he was there,
it would be tough. It'd be tough.
They got the Cowboys in a couple of weeks. He was gonna love to be part of that. That's gonna be a lock. I can give you guys a little,
a one.
Preview into the
yeah,
future.
preview. Atlanta plays the Cowboys next weekend, I believe.
Think Atlanta's gonna win too.
Yeah.
But the Saints Cowboys, I don't know where it is. I think it might. I'm not sure where that game is, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
That's gonna be 1,000,000-7.
Mm.
The Cowboys are gonna get demolished in that game.
Mm.
But like I said, back to this one. The Rams, they're -9 against Seattle. That division, for some reason, always plays each other tough.
Yeah. It's like the NFC South. All these teams play each other tough.
When Seattle was the best team out there with the Legion of Boom and everything, and
Yeah.
they had Marshawn Lynch, the Rams were going 3-13 every year, but one of those wins were against that Seattle team.
Oh, yeah. Because they all know each other so well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, the points is a little risky, but you know what? The loss last week, these Rams, they're going to come out, they're going to mean business, they're going to put it on them early.
All right.
So I think the Rams -9 is the Falcons and the Rams, those are my 2 extra plays. My 3 main locks are the Saints, Philly, and the Pats. And number 1 being out of all of those, Philly. That's I mean, honestly, who has money to spare? Only 1% of the population. But if you have anything laying around, Throw it on Philly.
Hit the quarter machine you got saving
Yeah,
there.
that is just like free money.
All right,
Free money.
Sig, stay with us because I got a few questions for you when we get back. We'll take a quick break, and when we get back, I'll finish up with Sig. We'll go over some other little news and notes around the world of sports. And if you want, give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. We'll do some hot stove baseball, too, in just a little bit. We'll be right.
Well, I gotta grab another headphone. I can't hear nothing. I was listening to you. I was like looking at you. I want to give you that teaser too. You know what a teaser is? I'll explain it to you.
Yeah. Wait, you coming back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to grab a pair of
Yeah, go
headphones.
ahead.
Oh, it didn't work?
No, not at all.
Studio 3 or 4, it doesn't matter, just grab one.
Does he need an adapter?
Yeah, you got 10 seconds, so take your time. We'll have him walk in and it'll be fine.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening, a beautiful Saturday evening in New York City. You know, if the tree was illuminated, I was going to hop on the E or the F and head uptown. Did he say they were delivering the tree today or that they've got that thing up? So, all right, Sig's back in there. He had to go get a pair of headsets. We had to walk around the studio. We got to find him a working headset. We are a radio station. Yeah.
There we go. We're in business.
You back in there? Is he back on? His mic's on. We're ready to go. Okay. So, Sig, let me ask you something. You know, forgetting odds or whatever, right now, on this date, who's the best AFC team right now, and who's the best NFC team right now?
AFC team, I think, hands down, it's Kansas City.
Okay.
And
So Kansas City in a conference final, no matter where, will beat whoever.
I think so.
Okay.
And especially if it's at home. And surprisingly, at the number 2 spot in the AFC, and this was my pick for the AFC.
I already know. I have a feeling I know it's going to be. Go ahead.
It's the black and gold.
It's the black and gold. Is that the
black and yellow?
Is that the Steelers? Yeah. I was thinking what color? I was going to say the Chargers. That people love that Charger team. But yeah, since they started off a little slow, they've been rolling.
I picked them from before the season started as my team to go to the Super Bowl. Not win it,
so
but
did Sports Illustrated, by the way. Yeah, they did.
They do it every
Sports
couple
Illustrated.
years.
They Atlanta and Pittsburgh. They pitched together. Not an impossibility yet so far.
I actually made 2 plays to pick the exact Super Bowl teams, and one of them was Atlanta and Pittsburgh.
Interesting. All right, so give us the NFC.
The NFC, I mean, this is all depending on home field, and if the Saints lock up home field, it's the Saints. If they don't, I like the Rams a little more than the Saints right now, still a little bit. Even if the Rams have home field, that's not going to be a big deal for them because they don't really have a home field with that fan base and everything.
Yeah,
It's still being relatively new out there again.
Yeah.
But the Saints, just if they get the home field, you can't beat them on that track out there. So, if I got to pick one to, gun to my head right now, I'm going to stick with the Rams. I'm not going to let one game influence me and let me jump off of them.
And again, that's why when you say the one game, that's why I said they came back in that game. I mean, they fought back in that game.
And
So
if they got to play them again, regardless if it's in New Orleans or out in L.A., they're going to pound that ball. I don't know how many carries he had that game last week, but they're going to make sure they pound that ball early because the way you beat the Saints on the road or at home, you got to have ball control and time of possession. That's what you need to beat them. You got to keep Breeze off the field. So they're going to pound it to Gurley next time they play.
All right, so that's Sig's locks of the week. Last week when he went 4 for 5, so we'll see what happens next week. And Sig, just so you know, we're preempted next week. We're going to take a week off, a vacation day, we could call it.
All right.
So that'll be good. And
let me throw you this teaser.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear the teaser.
All right, 3-team.
Is this the bonus teaser that I had?
Bonus teaser.
Okay.
A bonus one. Here you go.
Okay.
A teaser means you get more points than regularly what the spread is.
Okay.
You can do a 2-teamer, a 3-teamer, 4-teamer, even a 5-teamer. Now, with a 3-team teaser, in a 2-team teaser, you get either 6 points extra in football or 7. There's 2 different kinds. But a 3-team teaser in football, you get 10 extra points to use the way you want.
Got it.
So, just for instance, let's say Philly's -7, right? And Dallas is. That's how you can use that 10
Got
points
it.
to go
Either
anywhere.
way.
Exactly.
Got it.
You just can't break it up.
Got it.
You know. So my teaser is, but you lay a little bit of money there. You know, this is a $500 teaser, so you're gonna have to risk $650 to win $500.
Got it.
And this is, you know, a play I'm gonna put in.
James, you writing this because I know that's your kind of bet.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go right there with one of the ones I said, Philly +3.
Philly +3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing Dallas.
Yep. And then the next team in there out of the 3 is gonna be Kansas City -6, because they're -16 right now, so they're gonna be Kansas City -6. Now the third team I'm gonna put in there, that's still up for debate if it's gonna be the Pats, the Falcons, but I think I'm gonna lean with the Rams.
Okay.
The Rams are gonna wind up being +1, so the Rams just gotta win the game. I'm going with that because I don't think the Rams will lose twice in a row. But I am breaking a rule of mine that I don't like to do. The main thing, and James, for you, the main thing you never do in a teaser, you never go through to the 0, either way. You never go through to 0.
Write that down, James.
Do you understand that, John?
I kind of do.
Yeah.
You never go through the 0.
You never go through, especially if it's a 1 touchdown, a 1 score type of going.
Got it. Yep.
But the Rams, it's a 2 score one, so I'm going to risk it and roll the dice and break my own little rule there. I'm probably going to put the Rams in there as my third team. So the Philly +3, Rams +1, Kansas City -6.
That's it. That's 6 locks of the week. If you make sure you lock that in. And last week he went 4 for 5, so it's going to be real interesting to see. There'll be emails and stuff going around tomorrow how you did. That I can tell you.
And last week, not only just a 4 for 5, 4 for 5 with 2 underdogs winning outright. Pittsburgh and Atlanta.
He's showing off. You deserve to show off.
It was a good week last week.
You deserve. All right, great. What a great segment. I love that. I gotta love it. By the way, don't forget you can communicate with the show if you don't want to call ever. You can email the show. I always like to hear comments of what you think of the show. If you email Talking Sports at 9, I think it's talkingsports970@gmail.com. You'll email us and we will get back to you, or we'll just email you. And, or if you just email us, just let us know what you think of the show. Love to hear that. So I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break. And we are on the home stretch of hour 2. Wow, it has gone quickly. You're listening to Talking Sports on a beautiful, crisp Saturday evening in the Big Apple in New York City. I'm John Friedman. James Simeone is on the other side of the glass. Sig is at the other side of the table. You're listening to Talking Sports. We'll be right back.
I had a great week last week. And this week so far, too.
What's that?
This week so far, too. On Monday, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I went 10-2 in hockey.
Really?
I don't know shit about hockey, but I always do well.
You should have threw a hockey one in there.
Well, I got to look at the game.
Yeah.
That I got to study. It's all about numbers. I don't know. I can't name 3 hockey players in the league. One of them I can name is Superman, the black guy, and then the other 2 I don't even know if they're still around. I know Lundqvist ain't around no more. Is he?
That's amazing. The 10. You want to do scores? Can you do? Yeah, you okay.
I'm gonna go shoot the breeze with Hermine for a little bit.
The tall guy's not here today.
No, he's not coming in. He's off today.
You like that lady there?
She's cool.
She is cool.
She's not very.
It wasn't inconvenience to come down, was it? I love getting you in the studio. Back.
I left at 8 o'clock. It took me an hour and 15.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. If you quickly give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. All right, James, let's get them updated on finals, whether it's college, basketball, NHL, whatever it is. You love the Nets, then. I like those Nets. Young and exciting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it.
We got Notre Dame is winning 32-13. They're beating FSU. They got 11:55 to go. LSU, they're up 21-3 on Arkansas with 15-4 in the third. Texas, now they got a bigger lead going in the third
Oh, poor Rutgers. All right, let me give you a little hot stove news here. I don't know if you saw that Joe Mauer finally retired with the Minnesota Twins. And you know what's so great about that? He played with the Minnesota Twins the whole time. I don't have his, you know what? Let me take a look at his numbers. He very well may be. Let's see here. Well, he has a career, he ended up with a career average of 306 in batting. Pretty darn good. I'm just trying to see some power numbers here. Why can't I find some power numbers? Yeah, it does. I don't know if he's first ballot, but he's certainly a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Yeah, first ballot's a tough thing. Very tough. Yeah. Well, it's hard. I mean... Well, you can't put, you can only put so many, you're not going to put a million, that's a lot of hot speeches in July up in Cooperstown. Right. Yeah. And what is that? 5 years? You got to be retired 5 years in baseball. And did you see where there's no way that they're doing this? I don't know if this is negotiations or whatever. That the Cubs were considering trading Chris Bryant. They're listening to offers for him.
I heard an interesting one today.
Yeah.
They think where this was on the fan. I don't remember who said it. What about if the Mets trade Noah Syndergaard for Chris Bryant straight up?
Would the Mets do that? And you're talking about trading one of these pitchers. Yeah.
Not trading DeGrom, who's their ace.
Right.
Syndergaard has been up and down.
Yeah. Yep.
And I know we love him here. He's got a nickname and all that stuff. To me, though.
Well, you know who the key, if Chicago do, you know who'd be the key in that deal that to make it work, that the Mets has to be successful with the Mets, is Wheeler.
Yes.
He'd have to come through.
And you know what, though?
And his last 100 innings this season were fabulous.
Right. And you know what? I'm not saying you can always find pitching. Clearly you can't. That's why people are struggling.
Right.
The Yankees are a good example. Like you said, they got to find a starter. But if you're the Cubs, who are pretty much, who look like a team that's kind of starting pitching away from getting to that World Series again.
Yeah.
And you know that Chris Bryant is going to be a free agent in 3 years. I know you have for this long, but why not make the switch? Get the starting pitcher. He's been a stud for most of his career so far. The Mets need it back, right? Chris Bryant would change that line.
He would, but I'm just wondering why. I'm just not understanding why the Cubs would get rid of him. He's still young.
I know.
He's still young.
It's been mentioned. They had to have thrown it out there to someone.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just interesting.
I agree. I think it's a terrible decision. I know he's had a tiny dip since his MVP season, but he's still an MVP. It's not like
Good player. He's a good player. He is a good player. And interesting, this week was the winter meetings in California, and nothing that publicly we know about, deals that were made or whatever. It'd be interesting to see what's going to happen with Hot Stove now and who's going where and that kind of thing. And nothing really got reported, so it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks.
I think the Harper thing is so strange. Because I think there's plenty of teams out there that think like you and probably like me, where you're like, is he worth that $400 million? Is he? You got to think like.
I just don't find him. I mean, my reasonings are not probably the best. He's first of all, he's not likable. There's just something about that guy I don't like. I don't know what it is. And by the way, with that kind of money, you want to be likable. You want to be fan friendly. You want to be all that stuff. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Salzburg or Strasburg. Oh no, it was the guy from Philadelphia they got. The closer. I can't remember his, but yes, yeah.
But I just find Harper so interesting because I think there are teams out there who are thinking, I'm going to give this guy $400 million. He has to bat for me. And he has to, for $400 million, there has to be Mike Trout level of pitching.
No doubt.
That's the only way. He has to do this. Now, I know he just won MVP years ago.
Yeah.
But to me, to give somebody that kind of money, they have to be consistently that good. And this season, he just didn't show it. And the Phillies are looking to put out big money for him, which will
I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Loaded minor leagues in the system down there with pitching and still some player. Seriously, I'm not worried about it. I feel good about it. They will. They will.
What are you looking for, though?
Starting pitching. A starter. Yeah, Kluber could be that. Could be the guy. He could be the guy. We'll see. I heard the Yankees are interested in that too.
So if I'm him, I'm going to Atlanta.
We'll see.
Atlanta more than I like the Yankees.
It'd be in the National League. I think he'd be very successful. Hey, let me real quickly. I just want to dedicate tonight's show to two people. One is to my daughter Nina, who graduated in the Israeli Defense Ministry, IDF. She is a graduate, her basic training, and is now in the army, so to speak, and learning and teaching how to shoot tanks in Israel to the soldiers. And also to a co-worker of mine, Elaine Rago, who worked with me for years. She was an artist of mine in the art department. She passed away on Tuesday of that horrific disease, cancer. And Elaine Rago, you're in my mind, my heart. And I'm totally going to miss you. So, yeah, it was a really tough week. A bittersweet week with Nina. And then losing a friend like that was incredibly tough. But, we have to move on, as they say. She's teaching, she's what they call a lone soldier. She's teaching the the people in the army how to shoot from the tank. Yeah, it's a big job. So, I'm proud of her. I really am. All right. Looks like we're coming to the end of this week's show. As always, I hope your team wins. I want to thank James Simeone behind the glass and making it happen. I want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank our callers. And I especially want to thank you, the listeners. You've been listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. I'm John Friedman. Have a great rest of the weekend, everybody.
Preceding program sponsored by Marketing Ideas and Beyond, LLC.
Good job, James.
Hi, Kevin McCullough, with you each weekday afternoon.
Hang on one second, John.
No, I said good job.
Oh, thank you. And it's unusual for a radio station like ours because we think about others. We think about giving back. We think about not only being thankful at Thanksgiving, but helping those who do not have as much to be thankful for. That's why we are focused on